Hi guys, welcome to this week's AMA. We're going to give you an update as to what's been going on with the project and all the progress since last week. We've Herman here to give us the important details now, so I'm going to introduce Herman there if he's ready.
Thank you, Owen. Hello, everybody. Another eventful week here at Cherry. While the market swings back and forth, generally in bear, uninterested territory, where DeFi rates continue to fall, DeFi participation, liquidity continues to falter. We, mostly from a development point of view, stand strong. The past several weeks, the development focus, if you can call it that. Of course, Cherry is a pretty multipolar of a organization development effort. We have our storage team quite regularly and methodically updating the storage module, as well as other teams and efforts going on concurrently. There's no specific priority to one, though the focus now is, as Cherry is a storage platform, the storage. There are, of course, other things that go on in the development world of Cherry. So here they are. We have promised and set in the roadmap a web wallet. This web wallet has been complete for a while. We were missing the EVM parachain compatibility parachain launch to integrate that as well, so that the currently complex transferal of chair to p-chair on EVM could be done relatively with ease compared to the how it's done now. I saw an updated version of it today. It's quite nice. I think within a scale of weeks, we can see it's something that could be shippable to beta users. We have a few other efforts that I'd rather not discuss in this AMA, maybe the next one. Many have asked about the bridge. The bridge is upcoming. I won't disclose more about that. The scale is days. I said days last week. I meant it. It was over a week. Let's say days again. There's no remark I prepared for this AMA. I will say that the market does what it does. Participants in the market do what they do. We bear responsibility as stewards of the project, not only to how we respond, which certainly is our priority, to external influences, but also how Chair was prepared and responded automatically without our specific action to turbulence, favorable or unfavorable markets as they come and go. We are aware of this responsibility and fully appreciates any criticism and concern the community may share. The issues are both exogenous, as I've detailed them in the past, and part of the idiosyncrasies of Cherry and our team, who certainly focus more on development and tech than we do on business development and marketing. That may change, certainly not a static rule. it may change in response to the expansion of the team. That certainly is an issue we'll address when it's more appropriate, when the budget is less constrained, and other factors such as our willingness, our preparation, our foresight, or intuition of what the market and broader industry may bring in regards to interest for blockchain, etc., capital, and so forth. I'm aware everybody seeks a scapegoat. People either like what we do, hate what we do. They're polarized, simplistic attitudes and conclusions one may decide to make on our actions. I wish it were that simple. And so I just wanted to share this, that we're aware how things are going. We're not blind, but we're not blind to the opportunity set. And the opportunity set now is diminished than it would be, or it would have been according to our plans if everything went well, and diminished compared to when we launched and set out the goals we originally set out with. This is not an excuse. The team is, of course, responsible and strives to do the best we can, but it is a response to this constant, simplistic understanding of our actions, our choices, our personal and professional investment in this project. Thank you all. I'll hopefully have more specific updates in regards to the bridge and other software by next week's AMA. But until then, I wish you all a good day, good evening, good morning, wherever you are.
Thank you, Herman. That was great. Always good to hear the thoughts of the people who are steering the project forward. I think they are some good points raised with regards to the kind of strategic forces that that you guys have to contend with and that we have to contend with throughout the company. As Herman mentioned, we will have updates as soon as possible with regards to some of those things that are forthcoming, developments with the one, of course, the bridge, which of course is, like everything in Web3 or blockchain, very important to get right the first time around. You only have a second chance. So good to hear that the devs are finishing off work with the bridge. Will be pretty soon, and some of the other exciting things that Herman mentioned as well. As you will glean from what he said, there are multiple focuses and multiple kind of loci of work within the development side of the project, and that's developing quite well. We discussed on last week's, and in particular the week before, AMAs about the business development and interest that we've seen from partners, prospective partners, and continuing partners, or partners that have waned in their interest for Web3 generally, or Cherry in particular, that are since become somewhat more re-energized with the project. So despite the continued winter of sorts in the space, we have, thanks in part to the direction of and management from the founders, maintained ourselves in a pretty good position. Going forward, we can draw on progress that has been made to re-establish ourselves in the market. In particular, in terms of business development, we still have our partnerships and we still have our reputation to fall back on, and a lot of very good contact and a lot of very good support with some of our partners, which we'll be tapping into in the coming weeks. And from a more business perspective, we have told you guys about the fact that we will be increasing the activity in terms of business development, in terms of our public image, things like our web presence, social media presence, etc. That is all to be pushed forward. And on top of that, we'll be having more, real life important, in-person events. In the near future, we will have representation at Web Summit, which was quite productive for us last year. We won't be putting much emphasis on that this year, just because of budget constraints on the company, but we will be there representing Cherry, was one of the largest tech conferences in the world. So that's in 4 weeks from now, and on we'll look at having more in-person Cherry meetups. We'll find it's pretty fun outreach developer. I myself, whether it's in my hometown or in different parts of Europe, I was there and trying to talk to developers and get an insight into what they're working with Web3 and what niches Cherry should focus on, and also just building rapport with as possible. These things, as the expansion ramps up, will be very valuable. It's certainly worth the time spent to talk to as many people as possible. And community are quite useful in that as well, because people are always getting in contact with me and pointing me in the direction of certain people that we to collaborate with or work with or explain what Cherry does to them. And one main point I think is worth reminding people, which Herman touched on again, is that storage is the main focus of Cherry at the moment. It'll be done in an innovative and unique way in our project. Certainly something that will set us aside from the rest of the market. And as we, which you can see according to the roadmap, as we move towards having a storage solution that can be really shared with the market and shared with the developer community, then we'll start to see an uptick in interest as time goes on. So there will be more things discussed in the group over the next few days. We have some other things on the business side that we'll push on with. At the moment, of course, the focus is on those items that Herman mentioned, and we will be discussing them and progress with regards to them in the next week. But in the meantime, the AMA transcribed, etc. The wasn't it was just in the live section, so I didn't have the materials to want to. So that was my fault. Now I won't make that mistake this week, so I'll try and have on as soon as possible within the next couple hours. I'm going to commit to that. So a lot of people out there who don't have time to go through recording or don't have time to or English their language they should read, then we'll try that. We're trying to make the AMA as possible, link as much other materials in there as possible as well. So we'll continue with that, because I think that the community appreciates it. It's something that you can just kind of read up on once a week and get a good view of probably 90% of the important things that are going on in the community. So I will be in touch with you guys about that and about some other things in the business side that we will be moving forward over the next 7 days. And then, of course, next week we'll have some of the things updated that Herman mentioned already earlier on in this AMA. And of course, any questions, anything like that, any topics of discussion, you can either DM me directly, or you can put in the chat and we'll discuss them there. So with that, I'm going to give it to John. He's going to administer this quiz, and I will talk to all of you guys very soon. Probably later this evening. If you have any questions or anything like that, then I will be around as always. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and thanks for your continued support.